backing down.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Edey! Drop step and drop it on his head.
Put it on his head, Big Edey.
He has been called the best player ever to play at Purdue and is the reigning National Player of the Year in NCAA Division I basketball. Matt Norlander stated, "Zach Edey is, by definition and achievement, a once-in-a-generation player." Norlander also said on Edey's draft pick, "It's a great night for college and the NBA that a traditional big one of the only guys in history to win back-to-back National Players of the Year gets taken so high in the modern game. The Grizzlies will not regret this pick." LeBron said on ESPN,
"You're going to watch Purdue because of Zach Edey, because he's a great player."
Edey has left his mark on college basketball, going down as one of the best to play Division I basketball history. Zach Edey is scary good, but how good is this great center and how good can he be? Well, first we have to go back to 2002 where this all started. Zachary Chaney Edey was born on May 14th to Julia and Glenn Edey in Toronto, Ontario. His mother was Chinese and his dad was Canadian. And Edey, who was known for his size in the game standing at 7 foot 4 inches, was blessed with talent from his mother who stood 6 foot 3 inches and grew up playing basketball herself. Edey would also grow up playing ice hockey and baseball, becoming a multi-talented athlete that would help his basketball game. Sports are like different languages. When you speak a few, it's easier to learn others. Edey would really start developing and learning basketball when he started playing for Leaside High School in Toronto and would also play for the Northern Kings Amateur Athletic Union program. His parents saw the potential in their son, who was working hard to become a great basketball player with great size, and they would end up sending him to the United States to enroll him at IMG Academy so he could excel at basketball and hone his skills. He would be coached by greats such as former NBA player Daniel Santiago. Edey was playing so good he would end up playing for Canada in the FIBA World Cup Junior Basketball Tournament, averaging 15.1 points per game and 14 rebounds. That's how good he was playing, averaging a double-double in each game of the Cup in Latvia. With him performing so well at a junior level, Edey was ready to perform on the collegiate stage. He had offers from Baylor, Western Kentucky, Santa Clara, and Purdue, but decided to sign with the Boilermakers. Zach was ready to make a mark and show he was one of the best. In his first season at Purdue, he wouldn't start, but he showcased his potential well. He was the tallest guy to ever play in the Big Ten and would have his best game as a freshman in March, helping them beat Wisconsin 73-69, coming off the bench, scoring 21 points, and altogether his freshman season he would average 8.7 points per game and 4 rebounds per game. So the future was looking bright for him, and the potential would show the next 3 years. But how good was he? Well, each year he would become substantially better. In the 2021 to 2022 season, he would average 14.4 points per game and 7.7 rebounds per game, with his best game coming against Michigan State with a career high of 25 points on February 26, 2022. Many would consider that an incredible year for any player, especially on the biggest stage in college basketball. But what would Zach do? He kept getting better and better. By his junior year in the 2022 to 2023 season, he was averaging a double-double per game, averaging 22.3 points per game and 12.2 rebounds along with 2 blocks, which is just insane numbers. Edey would help them win the Big Ten regular season and then would help them win the 2023 Big Ten tournament, beating Penn State 67-65. It was a great year for Edey and the Boilermakers, as both Edey and Purdue's team would rack up a host of accolades, but what happened in the NCAA tournament shocked so many people. Edey and the Boilermakers would end up losing to the 16th seed, Fairleigh Dickinson. This is only the second time that would happen in Division I history since Virginia lost to UMBC in 2019. This was a heartbreaking loss for Purdue and was shocking because it came after a dominant season from Edey and the team to get to this point. This is the part where we should be devastated, but it was great since it influenced Edey to come back to help avenge his team after this upset and win a title. Luckily, he came back because we got to witness one of the most dominant college basketball seasons in history. Edey was letting everyone know who was the best, averaging a double-double each game with 25.2 points per game, along with 12.2 rebounds. He also averaged 2 blocks. And on January 28, 2024, Edey became the second player in Purdue history and the 6th player in Big Ten history to score over 2,000 points and 1,000 rebounds, and what a way to do it, scoring 26 points against Rutgers, and to add to his accolades on February 4th. Against Wisconsin, he surpassed Rick Mount's record of most double-digit games with 74 and would break Terry Dishinger's double-doubles record with 55. He would also record his 200th block in this game. He would also pass Joe Carroll in rebounds at Purdue against the Buckeyes on February 18th this year with 1,321, and would also break most points scored by a Purdue player on March 16th, passing Rick Mount with 2,516. Edey would also help Purdue win the Big Ten regular season for the second year in a row, going 17-3, and would help the team make a deep run in the NCAA Tournament. He would start off helping them beat the number 16 seed Grambling State 78-50 with insane numbers, putting up 30 points and 21 rebounds, an insane performance by anyone. They would later demolish Utah State in the next round with 106-76 with 24 points and 13 rebounds, and after beating Gonzaga in the Sweet 16 80-68, where Zach would have 27 points and 13 rebounds, Edey would have one of the best ever NCAA tournament games in the Elite Eight against Tennessee. They would win 72-66 in a tight one, but the performance by Edey was unmatched. He put up 40 points with 16 rebounds over Dalton Knecht, who had 37 and the Red Hot Volunteers. After stopping Knecht, it was time for Edey to show his talent on the biggest stage in the Final Four. They would beat NC State in the semifinals, where he would have a smooth 20 points, and it looked like he was destined to help them win the national title after last year. But Connecticut was too strong. They beat them 75-60, but Zach would have another impressive game with 37 points and 10 rebounds. Although they lost, this rounded out Zach Edey's incredible year, showcasing just how good he can be in the NBA. He was the national leading scorer at the end of the season, so now let's just recap all the awards he won just in his senior season. He won the National Player of the Year, the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Award, the Pete Newell Big Man Award, the Big Ten Male Athlete of the Year, and the Big Ten Player of the Year, and that includes first-team All-American honors. He would be drafted in the first round as the 9th overall seed by the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, with all these accolades, switching from collegiate to NBA basketball can be a rough transition for many, so did he have what it takes to play with the pros? Well, it seems like he fits right in the Grizzlies' preseason game against the Indiana Pacers. He scored 23 points and got 9 rebounds off the board. Zach Edey has always looked like a scary good basketball player, but it looks like he is just scratching the surface with his potential. So what do you guys think is Zach Edey, one of the next legends in the game? Let us know what you think down in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe, and hit that bell notification for more basketball content. See you next time.